What's up, guys? This is the Gospel According to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he. Just taking some time to tell you exactly what's on my mind. And guys, I want to unpack this article that was brought to my attention last night when I was on the Queen's Council. Shout out to all of my queens, my lovely queens. We're talking about Lorena Creole. We're talking about Mads Mama Bear. We're talking about Kashyyyk Queen. We're talking about Nina Infinity, according to Christy. Oh my gosh, who am I leaving out? There's also OG Star Wars. I mean, there's a lot of queens in the fandom, you know what I mean? But these are the ones that hold a very special place in my heart. Shout out to the queens. You can catch them every Thursday night, by the way, together. Probably between 9 and 9:15, you know, they get started and everything like that. Hilarious show. I mean, check them out. You know, so I was on there and we were talking about this article here in the Mary Sue, Mary Sue, Mary Sue, Mary Sue, my Mary Sue. And we got that guy in the comment section who's always like, dude, stop singing. Just stop it. Just stop. You know, dog, the more you tell me to do that, the more I feel like doing it. You are the wind beneath my wings. So keep up the hateration, dog. I appreciate you. And so anyway, we got this article here in the Mary Sue, and the headline goes a little something like this. Hit it! John Boyega is right about Star Wars' poor treatment of Pac, and I mean, people of color, POC. I'm like, what does Tupac have to do with this? Okay, John Boyega is right about Star Wars' poor treatment of people of color, and girl, I'm glad he said it. Yes! And this is by Princess Wikis. Okay, I don't know if that's supposed to be weeks or wikis. I'm gonna say wiki, 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 wiki. All right, so it's Princess Wiki, 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 wiki. All right, and what does Princess Wiki, 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 wiki say? She says, girl, since getting cast as ex-Stormtrooper Finn in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, John Boyega, girl, has taken on the unfortunate burden of being one of the most visible black characters in Star Wars, unlike his predecessors, girl. Lando Calrissian, girl, back in his day, yes! And Mace Windu, that would be Samuel L. Jackson, girl. Finn was presented as one of the 3 leads of his series. He's the Leia of the group. The Leia of the group, obviously. And therefore, his very presence in Star Wars made him a target of racist comments from the start. Not to mention how things unfolded for his character, girl. Love that chicken from Popeyes. Now, first of all, guys, how is Finn the Leia of the group? That really stumped me. I just didn't understand that. To me, it sounds like she's feminizing this man. You know, she's demasculating him. Emasculating him. All right, so that's what's going on there, right? I mean, what does he have, the hair buns? How is he the Leia of the group? I don't understand this. He doesn't come from royalty, you know. I just don't get it, you know. But it says here, girl, he spoke his truth loudly and candidly during an interview with British GQ, girl. Let me stop. Somebody is going to be offended by that. But keep in mind, if you've been on my channel for any amount of time, you must realize that I lampoon everybody. I do exaggerated imitations of everybody, okay? And this ain't going to be no different, girl. Hallelujah. Here we go. And then they go on to talk about what Finn said. You know, the early cats, mate, who had their own unique experience of that franchise based on their race. He said in the interview, just leave it like that. All right, so anyway, we went over all that before, okay? He's talking about how it was him, you know, and why did it have to be him? Why me, mate? Why did it have to be me? Why not Kelly Marie Tran? I like it much better when they're harassing Kelly. All right, so that sounded like Forrest Gump, you know, Jenny. I don't know much, Jenny, but I know what love is, Ray. So it says here, all right. Girl, that part resonated with me the most. I've said it here before, and I'll say it here again. I got interested in the sequel series when John Boyega showed up. Love that chicken from Popeyes. I'm going way too far with this. He was presented to me in posters and in trailers as a potential Jedi who would take up the mantle after Luke, especially the amazing online chemistry between him and Mark Hamill. However, Daisy Ridley's Rey quickly became the Luke of the film, which is fine because feminism and all that, girl, ain't nobody got time for that. Why am I doing this, by the way? All right, it'll be clear to you by the end. I'll explain it. All right, but it doesn't erase that fact. As the series progressed, the balance that was supposed to exist between the main three became the Reylo show. Which Boyega also discussed. And then he goes on to talk about Naomi Ake and Kelly Marie Tran, and even Oscar Isaac's a brother from Guatemala. Okay, so he's saying everybody suffered this because they were non-white. Okay, so let's get back to Wiki. And she says, I still enjoy The Last Jedi, girl. But like many things that I love in the science fiction genre, I enjoy it with the knowledge that it was not made with me in mind as a black person. Now, see, this is what gets me, all right? Now, Princess, Wiki. You did pay for a ticket, right? It's like you paid to go into the movie, right? You're a paying customer. You're an American citizen, all right? How are these things not made for you? That's what see, and this is the reason why I'm going overboard with the stereotypical accent and stuff, because she's the one who put herself on the mental plantation. You know what I mean? She's the one who's in a cage that doesn't have a lock. Open up the cage, princess. Wiki. Actually, you could be the Leia of your own story. You know what I mean? It's like you're the princess. That's your name. You were named princess, you know? So it's like, free yourself. It's like, free your mind. There's nobody holding you down, princess. Wiki. It's like, you're the one who paid for a ticket. You know, it's like, it's yours. Anything that you pay for is going to be yours. That's like buying a pair of flip-flops or something and saying, girl, I know as a black person, it wasn't made for me because it wasn't made by me, girl. Yes. You know, it doesn't make any sense. It's like, it's there for you, man. It's like, entertainment is there for you. Books are there for you. The sky is there for you. It's like, look at how your world is. It's like, you got it all in this little box. It's like, I wish that when I was growing up, I looked at Star Wars that way, and I was thinking to myself, Baba, how come it's not for me, Baba? I don't see anyone who looks like me, Baba. How come their skin's not dark like mine, Baba? I can't watch this movie, Baba. No, I had imagination, you know what I mean? And Star Wars appealed to my imagination. And it's like I always say before, you're looking for these characters without realizing that these characters are characters because they have certain characteristics. You're just looking at skin color. But what about characteristics? What about bravery? What about fear? What about love? What about humor? You don't have all of those things in you? You know what I mean? Just because you don't see a person who shares your skin color, you can't relate to somebody rising to the occasion. You know, as a black person, this is not for me. If that's all you are, well then that's what I'm talking about. But I've said on videos plenty of times that black people will never truly be free until they start seeing themselves as human beings before they start seeing themselves as black. There's nothing wrong with being proud of who you are. I'm very proud of who I am, and I think everyone should be proud of who they are. Everyone should find that greatest love of all inside of them, you know? So that's the cool thing about it, all right? That's it. Be proud of who you are, but at the same time, remember, you are a human being capable of all human feelings. So you should be able to relate to characters based upon that more than anything. Yeah, it's cool if you see somebody who looks like you up on the big screen. All right, well, he looks like me. Oh, that's good. You know, he's got the wart like I got, like right over here, you know. That makes me love him even more, you know. But at the same time, you know, like I said, you are really limiting yourself. So she says here, girl, does the Reylo ship get a portion of its hate from the fact that the fan base is primarily women? Why, man? And she says, That is always a factor when it comes to internet life, and misogyny is not to be tolerated, but it doesn't mean that we should ignore the larger context of how the relationship between Kylo and Rey consumed the film with a forced chokehold. All right, now you sound like you're getting turned on. But listen, here's the point, all right? And there's a couple of points here, all right? First of all, like I said, she's got herself locked into this box where, you know, she's just determined to act like the Star Wars phenomenon didn't appeal to everybody. Well, you're wrong about that, Princess. Wiki, 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 wiki. And you need to shut up, all right? Because there are people out there who actually experienced it, who know about it, you know, and we know that this is not true, you know? And I've had my share of people coming into my comment section talking about, man, what are you doing? These are white people stuff. Why are you talking about that? There's more things that you could talk about. You don't need to be talking about this. You could be talking about other things like Kanye West. And I'm just like, dog, bro, don't tell me what I need to be talking about. Don't tell me about my values and what I should hold dear, you know, and the things that I went through when I was growing up. I was in this fandom, you know, for as long as I can remember, you know, and that's the point. So when I spoke out about this a couple of years ago, and I was one of the first people to speak out about it, thank you very much, I had people tell me to shut up, right? And that went on for a long time. We had people in the press telling us we didn't know what we were talking about, and half the time they ignored me and all that, just to have now, all these years later, because John Boyega is standing on the corner someplace with Black Lives Matter with a big megaphone or whatever, now they want to talk about, he's right, girl. You know what I mean? Come on, bruh. It's like I talked about this a couple of years ago, too. I said that if Disney Lucasfilm really wants to make it right with the fans, what they're going to have to do is they're going to have to apologize. They're going to have to apologize to the fans for defaming us, you know, for slandering us, you know, for all the things that the horrible things that they said about us. We were racist, we were this, we were that. And they're going to have to realize that we spoke out of nothing but love for the Star Wars saga. That's what it was. And the more people begin to talk about this, and the more you see the shill media now decide to go back with the tide just because now it's trendy to be so-called pro-black, you know, and to virtue signal, you know, you can't overlook those of us who have been ringing this bell for years. You know, we're the paying customers. We're the ones who love the saga. We're the ones who are always going to be there. So, you know, with all due respect to John Boyega, we're the ones that need to be addressed. You know, and John Boyega, if you call yourself being so outspoken, you probably want to reach out to the fandom. But you're not going to do that, John Boyega, because really what this is about is you making your virtue signal grandstand. It's like if you really wanted to reach back and talk about black people and the rights and representations of black people, you would be representing the black fans who never had a voice. I mean, we do have a voice, but we weren't acknowledged. You know what I mean? And I know you know who we are, so I don't give you all the credit that some people do. You know, like I said before, I think we're going to see more of this, but I'm just going to keep on doing what I've always been doing, and that's calling it the way I see it, being led by my love, you know, for Star Wars and for science fiction and science fantasy. I'm just going to keep on telling the truth. And the fandom menace is going to keep on telling the truth. We're always going to be there. Whether or not the shill media decides to go with this trend or that trend, we're always going to tell the truth, and that's how it is. All right, guys, so, you know, that's how I feel about that. I mean, there's more to it, you know, that she's talking about here. But you know what? It's late. I'm not even going to get into that, at least not right now anyway. The article I am going to leave in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. And it's that time for you to sound off for yourself so you can get into the comment section. Of course, you can like, you can share, you can subscribe, and you can check me out on Twitter. Of course, that link also is going to be in the description box, so come give me a follow, check me out. All right, guys, thank you for listening to me babble, and I will check you out on the next one. This is The Gospel According to Mark with a C. Rock on.